Uh, Hello, and this is Intro to Logic Design Lab number 5, the state diagram for the sequential circuit. We so when I power this circuit on, it will initialize with state 0 or state A. Then, depending on the inputs, I designate here with x1 being on the left, x1 being on the right, and then toggling it with my counter on the switch. It will light up Q0, Q1, and then Z. Again, that will be Z1 on here, Q1, and Q0. So first I'm going to cycle through just with going through A, B, C, D with both inputs on. So initializing the circuit, nothing's on. Have both inputs on, one pulse. You got Q1. Next pulse, you have output on 1, and then you have C, which is 1, 1. Now you have state D, where you have Z1, Z on 1, then 1 here. So it'd be 1, 0. Then we return back to state A. So now, from state A, let's jump to state C by having both zeros on, or both inputs at 0. One pulse. Well, this is finicky. Now we are at state C, dictated by 1, 1, and 1. 1 at the output. And if we continue having 0, we revert back to state A. Now, let's go to state B with 1, 1. Oh, and while we're at state A, if I were to try x1 on 1, so it would be a 1, 0 input, and pulse it, it will continue to be 0. There would be nothing. Can't see. Nothing. So let's move on to state B. If I go to state B and pulse it, I get 1 and then 0 for the output. So I get 0, 1 and then 0 output. So now let's go to state D by having this at 0, 0. I have 1, 0, and then Z would be and this is a Z output. So output is 1, state is D. Let's flip back to state B. We know 1, 1 will trigger state C, so let's try state 1, 0 input. So now it's 1, 0 input, and now pulse. Nothing happened. Do it again. Nothing happened. It will remain in state 0, or in the same state. We can also try 0, 1, and the same will happen. There again, nothing. So now let's move on to state C, which is output Z equals 1, and then you have 1, 1. Just a moment. Give me a minute. I'm recording this shit. Sorry for the interruption. Now, if we have 0, 0 for input, we shall return back to state A. Let's return back to state C. Now we are back at state C. We will try 0, 1 input and remain at state C. Let's try 1, 0. Move forward. And nothing. Let's move forward to state D and see these inputs. We are now in state D. We can change, if we put this down to 0, 0, we will now be able to access state B. State B 0, 1. Returning to state D. Whoops. What happened here? One of these got loose. So, allow me to return back to state D. It's state C. This is state D. So now 0, 0 put us in state B, and then vice versa. Now let's try 1, 0. Nothing. Try 0, 1. And there's nothing. Now let's move on to state A again. Whoops. For some reason this is becoming very finicky. Oh no, I have this at state input 0, 0. So that's why. So this is D. So now I need 1, 1. Just put this at state A. Now it is at state A. Let's move to state C to show the reset. We are now in state C. And through the logic diagram, or the state diagram, we have no way of returning from B to A. So now, if we trigger the reset, we will now be able to reset all the way to state A. And that is it. We went through the entire state diagram. Thank you for watching.